Hey guys, welcome back to Fandom Sage Powers, where we discuss comics, heroes, villains, and the reign of X. We are back on Krakoa with X Factor in X Factor issue number 5 right now. You sure about this, sweetheart? I'll say there was a short in the feed or something. Give you time to escape? Hell, I could even get a patsy to take the shot so there's brains. No one would ever even know they aren't yours. No, this is what viewers voted for, and I just want to go home. So, let's give the people what they want. Shout out to all my loyal extremists out there, and thanks for watching. In a recent poll, you guys said you wanted to see Sophia die on stream by gunshot. So, without further ado, here we go. The hot seat exclusive public execution of Wind Dancer. Et voila, proof of death. The 5 confirms submission of proof. Proof of death accepted. Adam X shot Wind Dancer. So, when can we bring her back? Yeah, are resurrection services back online now, or... Well, we're hoping to discuss that with you all. Thanks for being patient with us, by the way. We're sorry about the delay. Yeah, the full cachet of fresh resurrection eggs has finally been restored. We can choose to begin resurrection services again now. Then what's the holdup? Lorna, you didn't tell them. I didn't feel like rehashing a failed resurrection in graphic detail. No. But I share your hesitation in reopening resurrection services, and X Factor can definitely help us determine whether it's safe or not to begin them again. Then what is it you need? After Rockslide was killed, the 5 learned that mutants who die in Otherworld have their resurrections disrupted and return to life different. Now, back on Krakoa, X Factor continues their investigation into dead and missing mutants, more aware than ever of all they have to lose. How long she's been out there? Hours. I guess she'll come in when she's ready. Yeah. You hanging out up here? Is that cool? I finished up my part downstairs. Yeah, make yourself welcome. How are things going down there? I don't know. My powers don't work on him. And it started to make me feel kind of claustrophobic, I guess, if that makes sense. I just needed a breather. I'll go check it out. Feel free to invite anyone else you can think of who'd want to be here today, by the way. Seriously? Believe it or not, it makes the re-entry smoother. Again. North Star, my telepathy isn't hit or miss. If I said I couldn't find anything definitive, then it means there was nothing to find. Fair enough. Try your chrono skimming this time. Good idea. Knock knock. Any updates? We're all striking out. So far we've learned our new friend lacks things such as opinions, learned skills, a skeleton, and pheromones. Yeah, my powers don't work on him, unless you want me to try testing the... Your services are not required, because now Rachel is checking for memories using her chrono skimming. My hands are cold, sorry. I'm sorry. No, you're okay. You're fine. JP, I'm just going to move backwards in time in his timeline, since he's physically anchoring me. You won't get lost. Nah, keep us surprised. Will do. I'm sorry. He's dead. Rockslide is dead. I'm sorry. What is it? What have you found?
I am sorry.
Ah! Rachel! Are you all right? I'm fine. Is he? Are you? Okay, I mean. I don't think he can understand what you're asking him. Listen, Rachel, if he just threw you into a wall, he didn't. I just hit the beginning of his timeline. What does that mean? Might be faster if I just show you. Are the 5 up to anything critical right now, Josh? Why? Oh, hey, Rachel. Hey, sorry to drop in unannounced. Elixir said it was okay for me to link up. Have any of you ever seen what happens when the film runs out on one of those old-school reel-to-reel movie projectors? Without anything to spool into, the film celluloid just spins around, circling and clicking. It can't catch on to anything. I reached the end of how far back I could travel in our new friend's memories, the beginning of his timeline, so it spit me back out. He's about a week old? But as for whether or not he's rock slide, I don't think we can know that yet. But the way we've treated him, he's basically a newborn? Hi, I'm iBoy. Happy birthday! We love you already. Come on, we gotta go welcome back another friend of yours you don't know yet.
Don't tell me. She's still just...
She is. We're just going to have to start without her. Sophia? Hey, beautiful. You look good in goo.
Voltgeist. Folk spirit. Or shared behavior of a people. Every time we bring back a flyer who died depowered, their first instinct is always...
to take flight.
Aye, we're spirit the nations. Spirit of the nation.
I missed that. I missed all of you. Sophia? Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to brag about being repowered. No, it's okay. I'm repowered now too. I heard about the Crucible while I was in Mojo World. Is that what you... Sophia, why did you go to Mojo World? Why did you agree to get killed for their entertainment? I had no other way of escaping. Spiral, Adam X, and Shatterstar all tried to help me leave other ways, but Mojo keeps a tight leash on the top 5 live streamers. They're all trapped there too, you know. We have to rescue them. We agree. It will be difficult because X Factor's been permanently banned after retrieving your remains, but we couldn't let them live stream your autopsy or feed you to the clone mother. They were going to do what? Hey, maybe we could table this for tomorrow? We should be celebrating and grieving right now, right? Please? Come on, amazing baby. Race us to the Boneyard. Since you're still out here, Emma, I'm assuming it's for a good reason. Because you love these kids. Yes. Look at them, Danny. Thriving. Joyous. Do you ever cease marveling at how miraculous it is that all of our lost former students are now returned to us, hale and whole? All except Santo, who is dead and never to be resurrected. I am out here because I didn't want to cast my pall over their joy. We taught Rockslide. We cared deeply for him, and now he is lost to us forever. But I am the only one who consistently courts this manner of tragedy. So what is so wrong with me that even in a world where mutants have overcome death, I still manage to fail these children again and again? It's your heart. What? Most people would never put themselves in a position to be hurt the same way. But not you. You suffered loss, and instead of hardening, you keep caring. You choose to love again over and over. So you just get hurt again over and over. Because you care. It's awful, isn't it? Like a kind of curse. So here's to having brutal hearts, Miss Frost. Come, let me buy you a drink at the Green Lagoon. Everything is free, Uncle Krakoa. All the more reason to let me. Welcome to the Boneyard. Come on, buddy. Let me show you around.
Buddy.
He's for real, huh? Who, Trevor? Yeah, that whole kumbaya thing of his, it's not an act. Are you asking me if he's genuinely nice? Yes, he is. I'm sure kindness offered without reservation probably looks highly suspect to you, but keep in mind that kid just wasn't raised with the same kind of childhood trauma that we were. Huh. This whole time, I just thought it was either an act, he was on something, or he was, Kinda simple. I mean, boy, the kinda alias.
Back in my day, I had to walk 15 miles in the snow, uphill both ways, just to have daddy issues until a ripe old age.
That's you. That's how you sound. Sure, Lorna, you can metal bend me into a snick shield. That's cool. The Boneyard. The Boneyard has a pod structure. Each level forms a ring out from the center, and these rings form a light well down to the leisure area and hanging gardens. Flyers can use this open space to fly up and down the various floors. For non-flyers, the staircase is a continuous spiral flowing around the outside of the light well. The Boneyard is living, sentient, and can grow as needed. It can become taller or wider. Its roots can dig deeper into the ground, opening new caves. Its exterior can become spiked and angular, should outside defense become necessary. You can ask Krakoa for a place of your own whenever you want, but you can stay here as long as you need.
Then what about the Hellions who died in a myth? All returned keener, like a whetted blade. A myth death sharpens ye. Does the council know yet? Because I'd be wary of making this information public knowledge.
Don't mind us, we're leaving. Why are you covering your face? You have eyes in the back of your hand. Loa, I'm respecting the lesbians. Those eyes are closed. David, I don't understand. How'd you get repowered? Same as you, I guess. You mean you ask someone to kill you? Because what Adam X did to me is no different than what Apocalypse does in the Crucible. No, I think I was murdered. Excuse me, young man? Your power is what? Oh, it's an advanced form of acoustikinesis. Basically, I get different power based off the music I'm listening to. Any music. I'm texting Dazzler. She's gonna love this kid. Hey. I wasn't flirting with Polaris before. I know. She's like a sister to me. I know. Prodigy, this was emailed to X Factor anonymously. Is there a way for you to trace the sender? I find this message worrisome. It doesn't read like spam mail. North Star. Every day you wake up in a smaller box. At first, the walls look normal. You're in this beautiful, spacious room constructed by someone who loves you. They build this big, cozy box for the two of you to live in, a world of your own. Then one day you mess up, and the box gets a bit smaller. It's okay, you think, because it was my fault. I will do better because I love this person who loves me. I have learned my lesson. Time goes on, and you forget about the box. You forget, up until the next time you mess up. And that's when you notice the box has gotten considerably smaller. You're also alone in there now. But you still love the person who used to be inside the box with you. You remember the joy you shared, so you pledge to adapt and assume the box will go back to normal eventually. You think about that first box and how happy you were when you were this person's whole glorious world and they yours. The person who loves you wakes up outside, while you still keep waking up inside a smaller box. The person you love is anguished by this because they still love you. Even though you keep messing up, they hate the smaller boxes too. So please stop doing this to them. You learned that you can't touch the walls of this box without facing severe consequences. It's bad if you touch the sides. You try to make yourself smaller. You hunch inward, curling up into a ball to try to take up as little space as possible. You know they're only doing this because you messed up. If you had just been better, then none of this would be happening. Days pass. Every day you wake up in a smaller box. They're sorry about the box getting smaller, but it can't be helped. They hate having to hurt you. They're so sorry, but you're going to get through this together, okay? They love you so much. Days pass. Your box gets smaller. There's no way to avoid touching the sides anymore. So the person you love is constantly making the box smaller and smaller as punishment. They still love you, but you no longer recognize this version of the person you love. They feel like a stranger to you. So you spend most of your time alone in your own head, time traveling through happier days, bigger boxes. It's when you're suffocating in one of the smaller boxes that you finally notice you can't call for help. But it's not because of this box. It's because of the first one. That first box. The one that was constructed just for the two of you. You thought it was a mark of passion, but now you realize its purpose was actually to sequester you away from all your friends and family you didn't know at the time because you were happy and in love. You're trapped and immobilized, crushed by the restrictive space. Alone with your thoughts, you start counting all the other red flags you missed along the way, hating yourself for having missed them. You hate yourself for loving someone capable of hurting you from the moment they put you in that first box. You know now that you loved only a hologram, and it's this monster who's real. You're an idiot, falling for it for so long. There were signs. Every day, you wake up in a smaller box. And now you know that the last box will be a coffin, and then you will stop waking up.
I wondered why I couldn't sleep. I'm not going to jump, if that's what you're thinking. It wasn't. I can tell there's a lot you still aren't comfortable confiding in me about Bellingham. But that's all right. I won't pressure you. Take as long as you need.
Aretez, you know we can't do that.
You're in a brand new body, Jean-Marie. Lenkowski's genetic experiments wouldn't carry over unless you wanted them to. I asked the 5 about it to be sure.
Really?
Yes. So, I'm ready to try again, if you are.
Well then, I guess we show Krakoans what the Beaubier Twins can do.
Jean-Marie, no matter what it is you aren't telling me, I just hope you know that you are profoundly loved.
I am trying.
Whoa. Beautiful. Siren?
She's dead.
The way she's landed, it looks like Teresa fell to her death?
You say that as if it were impossible.
Well, Siren can fly.
All right, another really interesting issue of X Factor. I'm really digging this series. I wasn't sure how to feel about it at first, but I see they're kind of giving this Scooby-Doo kind of vibe. They even have their own dog, an amazing baby. I didn't think about that. Now I'm thinking about who is Fred, who is Velma, and who is Daphne, and who is Shaggy on the team. Let me know who you think, which character matches up with which Scooby-Doo character. Anyway, they have brought proof of death to the 5, the live stream of Sophia getting shot by Adam X, which is pretty disturbing to watch, but you know, it's needed as proof of death so that the 5 can start her resurrection process. The issue of resurrecting mutants who have died outside of our dimension has already come up before, and this issue kind of takes center stage and kind of merges 2 stories together because Sophia, Rockslide, Prodigy, Elixir, they all debuted within the same comic series, the new X-Men. They all went to school together back then. They grew up together. This was a very interesting story on the way it was constructed to bring all these different elements together, including the 5 and X Factor, the dead mutant who we find out to be Wind Dancer. We also get to see some old favorites like Hellion and Mercury and Surge, which was pretty cool. But basically, the 5 are conscripting help from X Factor to investigate what is going on with Rockslide. If you did not know, Rockslide was killed in Otherworld. When they tried to bring him back and resurrect him, his mental backups and cerebral were corrupted, and he came back different. He looks different. That's kind of all you can say. And apparently what we didn't realize is that he has the mental capacity of a child, or he's only a week old at least. He doesn't seem to be able to form complete sentences or really remember anything. And it's like he's almost like a blank slate, which makes the situation even more sad. So I'm sure they were a little nervous trying to bring back Sophia, knowing that she died in the Mojo world. And that's another dimension as well. But it seems like that has not affected her. She came back repowered and got her memories downloaded. So it seems as if everything with her has worked out. But it's still a mystery why she chose to go to Mojo World in the first place. They don't really clear that up. But what she does say about why she allowed herself to be shot is that she really didn't have any other way of escaping and that she was pretty much a prisoner there, which I figured, and that was the only way she could think of to basically escape because she knew that she would be resurrected on Krakoa. And it seems as though she was already in Mojoverse by the time the Crucible started. So that leads me to believe that she would have went through Crucible instead of going the route she did in Mojo World. But again, I still don't know why she went there in the first place. She mentions that Shatterstar and Atom X and Spiral all tried to help her escape and that they're all prisoners there and they need to be rescued. I thought that was interesting that Spiral was actually a prisoner too, and at times she has tried to buck against Mojo a lot of times, but she usually ends up right back in Mojo World. One of my favorite parts of this issue were the scenes with Emma Frost. Now, Emma Frost has a history of losing students, and it's a very sad and tragic thing that a lot of times as readers I think we forget how big her heart really is because she comes off as such a heartless but she is that as well, but she is so much more. She loves these kids. She really cares about the mutant youth, probably more than anyone else. She is a nurturer and protector of children just naturally, and this bittersweet moment is obviously very difficult for her because while Sophia has been resurrected successfully, Rockslide unfortunately is gone. He is, for all intents and purposes, dead and erased and can never be reclaimed and can never be resurrected the way that he was. And for her to have to lose another one of her students, especially now in a place where they have conquered death and resurrecting mutants as possible, it's just so ironic and a gut punch to Emma. I feel her pain. This new Rockslide, or they call him Wrong Slide at times, I think that's kind of rude. They have embraced him and welcomed him, especially iBoy, who gives him a tour of the Boneyard, and they have invited a lot of the youth that they went to school with when Sophia and Rockslide and Hellion and Prodigy were all at the X Mansion back in the day. It ends up turning into an impromptu kind of kickback situation at the Boneyard, and then it just turns into a full-blown party at the Boneyard, which I just love that. They're just like, I guess it's a party. It's Krakoa, like what else are you gonna do? Come on now. I love that energy. Things still seem awkward between Aurora and Daken. It seems like there's an attraction or a flirtation at the least, but they kind of leave that in the air. Aurora is still hiding something about the reason why she was embelling him and how she died and why she died and who that guy was and what he meant to her. And it's really weird. It's a very curious mystery. Northstar is just happy to have his sister back and connect with her. And we are reminded that over the years, their powers have changed significantly. It used to be that they could only use their powers when they were touching, or they could only use their light-based powers when they were touching. But then Aurora got experimented on and all these genetic things happened. It's a long story. Apparently, like when they would touch, like it would short circuit them and they would, lose their powers for a bit or something like that. But now that's no longer a problem because she has a brand new body, pretty much perfect. So they are again able to use their gestalt powers, which means when they touch, they can radiate this light. So they do that, and it's been, ages since they've been able to do that, which I thought was pretty sweet. And then at the very end of the issue, we get a cliffhanger as we hear a piercing shriek over the island, and Northstar and Aurora fly over to investigate, and who do they find at the base of this cliff but Siren? And it looks like she was either pushed or maybe fell or jumped, but it's weird because, as we know, Siren can fly, so how would she just fall to her death? So another intriguing mystery that we'll pick up with the X Factor gang. If you enjoyed this episode, please give me that thumbs up. And if you like my content and want to become a member of my channel, please go to my page and check out that join tab where they have memberships available, very affordable, and you get early access to all of my content, and you get customizable backgrounds and wallpapers and emojis and all kinds of great stuff, and it helps me further my channel. Thank you again for joining me in this reign of X, and I'll catch you in the next issue.